Do you guys want to hear an update about my matchmaker date from last week? I got ghosted. So again, most amazing first date I've been on in years. I haven't dated. Why am I? I'll tell you guys. So we had that amazing date last week. He even said it was an amazing date. Like, we both agreed. He told, like, our matchmaker it was an amazing date. I said the same thing. Well, then, like,
honey, you've got a big storm coming.
Dates can be amazing. Dates can be amazing things, but it's a lot more than just a date. So I don't know. Sometimes guys ghost people because over nothing, and sometimes it's something that is kind of crazy.
As of last Saturday, I haven't heard from him, and I was like, hey, like, if you have like a change of heart, like, no big deal, but can you just like tell me what changed or something? Nothing. Well, my matchmaker calls me yesterday, and she's like, hey, I just want to give you like a little bit of feedback from what happened with your date last week. And I was like, I'd love some clarity. She's like, he Googled you. And I was like, yeah, I kind of figured. Because like what pops up is like my biggest videos. My biggest videos are back when I was like in a wildly hurt place. And I was just acting so reckless. And I know what all of them say.
You know, and all we can do is pray for her. But still, this is real shit.
And fellas, I have to be completely honest with you. When I first saw this clip, I thought this was actually a man. Yes, I thought it was a man. So I took it upon myself to do very little bit of research. And no, it's not a man. It's not a man. It's just a very manly looking woman, which is unfortunate for her. And with a very deep voice, which is also unfortunate for her. But it's weird because I watched a video from her back from 2020 and her voice didn't sound like this. So I'm not sure what happened to her voice. There you go. A lot of guys aren't going to like this, and I'm not sure why women think that it's okay to broadcast all of this online like it's all just happy, funny story time. And let's tell every single story about how she got cracked the hell open after a binge drinking night and some sort of random frat party. Every dude was involved. Woke up, you didn't even know where your shoes were, and you had to walk home in your own piss. Why would you? Men do not want to. For one thing, men do not want to hear these stories from women they are trying to seriously get involved with, because a man is thinking, wow, that could potentially be someone I'm in a relationship with, and now I know that a few years ago she was crawling in her own piss after getting a train ran on her. That's not a good thought for a lot of men to have, honestly. So I didn't know who this person was. I Googled her name, and yeah, she is very prominent in the online space, which is something that a lot of men aren't looking for. They don't want a chick that's gonna be posting online every day. It's annoying.
Men are gonna write my comments like, well, that's why you shouldn't be a drug slut on the internet. I know. I get it. I know. And like, again, I'm not blaming anybody but myself. I do have to say though, like, it kind of did take like the wind out of my sails like a little bit. Just because it was like, I'm gonna have to live with like what I did forever because I did post it, and I understand like the internet is forever. I don't know. Like, and again, here I am crying, being like, oh my God, after one date I got ghosted. But it wasn't like one date. It was like, I don't date, period. Hey, like,
It's going to be one of those situations where it's not really something you can fix. You know, it's not. This is the thing where the guy's like, hey, look, make sure not to do this thing in your 20s, or else in your 30s and 40s you'll regret it. And they're like, oh, fuck you, I'm gonna do what the hell I want. And then they do the thing you tell them not to do, and then they're pissed off because, you know, you told them so. Well, it's too late for a man to fix it now. You just gotta live with your decisions. And hey, maybe you will find a guy that doesn't care about any of that, but usually those aren't the kind of men you want anyways. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video here on my channel. My name's Rat Boy. I have a few clips we're gonna be taking a look at today. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new, and let's get into it.
You know what's wild is when feminism told women that they don't need men, it wasn't to make women more free. It was to make them dependent on the state instead of their husband. Think about it for a second. Before the 1960s, family was the safety net. If something went wrong, you had a husband, a father, a brother, a community, a church, a safety net. The people took care of each other. They cared about each other. Then came no-fault divorce in 1969. Suddenly, marriage wasn't a covenant. It was a contract that you could walk away from. Okay, and get this. And when the family started falling apart, who stepped in? The government.
And I will say this because we all know this already. A lot of guys already know this, how feminism pushed, women into the workforce, and then the government was able to tax everyone. And we know exactly what happened. But even after all this happened, men tried. For decades, men still tried to make it work. But you start to realize that you are fighting an unwinnable stance here. You're playing an unwinnable game. And a lot of men have now decided to just not play the game anymore. Some women realize this, some women don't. Some women don't care. Some women, they only care as far as to think about themselves, saying, okay, well, men stopped giving me these benefits, so now they're pissed off. Not realizing that why would a man play a game that there's no chance he's ever going to win?
Welfare replaced the husband, the system replaced the father, and schools, they replaced the home. Women were told that this is freedom, that being alone, raising kids by yourself, and relying on checks from the government made you strong. But what it really did was break the structure that once protected us. It separated women from men from their families, and children from both. The state became the new husband that offers no love, no legacy, no protection, just control, dependency, and paperwork. And now, generations later, you have women exhausted, men disengaged, and children who grow up not knowing what family feels like.
This entire system that's been set up, like she said, since the 60s, this alternate fucked up reality here that's happening, that you have the very small percentages that still act kind of traditional in different ways. But you also have a lot of women that are pushing, just like she said, women staying single, even after they've married, even after they've signed these contracts with these men. There's this underlying subversive violence that happens toward men and women using these systems. Divorce is one of them. Child custody, family court is another one, where they use the system against men in a lot of very fucked up ways. They take their kids away from them. They take their finances away from them. And at the end of it all, we're, left with nothing.
Misandry isn't feminism, okay? Hating men isn't feminism. A little reality check here. All of your accomplishments are actually more impressive because you were able to sustain a healthy relationship. In fact, I think the conditioning society and the patriarchy has done to us women is so telling when we can't even look at another woman's accomplishments and achievements and deem them as her own or see value in them because she had a boyfriend or she's married. So therefore, all of her accomplishments and her value are somehow a reflection of a man.
And here's my thought process behind this, and you guys can leave comments about what you think, because this video is very interesting to me. I never thought of it as like a man versus woman thing. And so because it's not like you can have feminism without men, that it wouldn't exist. So there is this act of women doing things to advance themselves as an individual, but also as women. What we have here is we just have women that constantly think that what it means is to just put men down. So men are looking at this as something that they obviously do not like. They aren't going to participate in it. A lot of men are checking out whenever they see things like this. It doesn't matter the names you call them. It doesn't matter any sort of insults you hurl at these men. And and I'm one of these men. I just do not care anymore. A lot of men are feeling this way as well. So don't be surprised whenever these things happen and then men just completely check out and they shrug their shoulders and they walk away. Once you start hurling these attacks to men constantly over and over again, they just stop working. They stop doing what you think they're doing. And then you have women that are seeing all of this, realizing that it's complete bullshit, realizing that all it's doing is just keeping the women around them unhappy, keeping them single, keeping them hating men, which somehow de-centers men or something. It's like they want to, stop getting involved with men, but they can't stop talking about men. It's completely insane. It's asinine is what it is. It doesn't make any sense. And it's all it's doing is it's a vicious cycle. keep happening over and over again, because these magazines that are putting out these articles, they're seeing all of the social media posts, they're seeing all of the trends and the viral videos that are happening because of it, and it'll just reinforce that behavior for them to do it over and over again to get those same reactions.